Eyewitness News Health Beat.
Julia Moffat in for Scott Swan. Well, on the Health Beat today, making the right choices for your heart-healthy diet. Scott Swan is here with help from our dietitian.
Every Thursday this month on the Health Beat, we've been focusing on heart-healthy foods. Mary Snell is a registered dietitian with Marsh. She's in today, and we're talking about beef. Now, a lot of folks would say beef isn't heart healthy, but you're here to say it can be worked into our diet.
That's exactly right, Scott. You know, as part of a healthy diet, we're promoting whole grains, fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and beef can be part of that group, as well as low-fat dairy products as well. So yes, beef, if it's lean, can be part of a healthy diet.
Yeah, what cuts specifically should we be looking for?
Well, specifically, the federal government defines lean as any portion, any kind of meat that has less than 10 grams of fat per about 3-ounce serving. And a good rule of thumb is to look for the word round or loin in the label. And I've got some examples. So the next time you're at the meat case, you want to look at the label. And for instance, we've got an eye of round here, and we've got a sirloin tip, and both of these cuts of meat have that word either round or loin in it. And that, again, kind of steers you in that direction of leaner meats. And you can look, this is really some lean meat. The fat has been trimmed off, very little marbling through the meat, and that, again, indicates a lean cut of beef.
A lot of us here in Indiana, we like our beef, we like the big cuts, but portion sizes, that's very important, right?
Very important, and in each show we stress that in terms of portion size, because all food fits, but we want to make sure we really follow the portion size. And with beef, as this hamburger patty, which is ground round, it's about 3 to 4 ounces. And a good way to determine if it's about 3 to 4 ounces is either, does it look like a deck of cards? Should it fit into a lady's palm of hand, which that would, or if you have a scale at home, that's another good way of deciding if it's 3 to 4 ounces of cooked.
The bigger cuts, then, you're saying to stay away from in terms of keeping your heart healthy.
The bigger cuts kind of scale down to that 3 to 4 ounce, so you can still enjoy that as part of an overall healthy diet.
Okay, let's talk about how often we can have beef.
Anywhere from, the recommendations are anywhere from 2, maybe 3 times per week, but I'm always one in terms of variety. We've talked about seafood on our show, we've talked about meatless dishes, and there's also lean cuts of pork and chicken and turkey. So again, beef you want to have really with a variety of other meats.
And there are other ways that we can work protein into our diet, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of different ways. We've got yogurt, we've got some of our whole grains, cheese, milk, a lot of different ways to get that protein.
I know you try to keep getting me to eat sardines. It's not going to happen, Mary. I'm going to stick with some of these other things, I think, instead.
One of these days, Scott, one of these days.
Okay, so this is all good information about beef. Next week, you're going to be in studio talking about what?
Sugar substitutes. That category has exploded over the last couple of years. It's some interesting information.
Always good to have you here. Mary Snell, again,
Scott.
registered dietitian with Marsh.